experience where two have truly become one. God is at the center of us, our purpose and vision in His love. We dedicate our today, tomorrow, and always to You, our King. Bless and let there be love in our home. The marriage experience ordained by You alone. Marriage experience. The marriage experience ordained by You alone.
Welcome to the Marriage Experience program with Ayo Kunle and Boston A. Santos, where they explore what it means to cultivate a God-centric marriage, delivering realistic and biblical wisdom, pointers, and insights from couples and individuals on the marriage journey. Join them today as they share some insights.
Welcome to this episode of the Marriage Experience program. It's always our delight and privilege to walk with you in building a godly, thriving, and influential marriage that's leading to an impactful family life.
Yes, welcome to today's episode. We'll be continuing our conversation on intimacy in marriage. Last week, we established quality time as being important for keeping marital intimacy and ensuring that the relationship stays strong, stays healthy, and rewarding. We said by giving importance to spending time together, couples not only strengthen their bond, but they also create a solid footing for their family,
Absolutely.
mirroring God's purpose for marriage and family life. At the end of the day, spending quality time together would result in a union characterized by love, by respect, and enduring intimacy, making them effective parents for their children.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes us circle back to parenting and beginning to look at shared parenting as a study.
Yeah. In a thriving Christian marriage, sharing the responsibility for parenting is very vital. It's very important to build a strong family and create a thriving, healthy home for their children. That parenting is a partnership where both parents, they play unique but complementary roles in raising their children. And by working together, couples model unity, cooperation, and love, not only for each other, but also for their children. Now, sharing parenting responsibilities involves discussing and dividing duties, recognizing each other's strengths and supporting one another in fulfilling these roles. And an important part of shared parenting is having open, honest conversations about the division of duties. It's important to approach this with flexibility, depending on what their work schedules or schedules, as we're British.
Depends on what part of the world you're listening to this from.
Depending on their work responsibilities, and by understanding that roles may shift over time based on the needs of the family and the individual strengths of each parent. They must also, or rather, they may also shift as a result of temporary situations that's affecting either spouses, like we said, work, or maybe preparing for
an exam or something.
For some commitment at work or life.
That's right. So couples should sit down and discuss how to divide the various aspects of parenting. Now, we're referring here to aspects like everyday tasks such as feeding, bathing, homework, help, bedtime stories, bedtime routines, as well as longer-term responsibilities like discipline, like spiritual guidance and education. It's important for both parents to feel they have a voice in these discussions and ensure that responsibilities are divided fairly. Now, fairly doesn't mean equally, as in 50-50 down the line.
Yeah.
And it's not a static line. So it moves depending, like we said earlier on,
Yeah.
depending on the present
And
circumstance
besides, I mean, like we did say, playing to the strength of each parent.
parent.
Yeah.
So that line moves towards whoever has the greater strength in that situation
Yeah.
at that particular time. So just as we said, parenting is not stagnant, and needs and the needs of the children and family can do and change over time. They really do change over time. Of course, as the children grow, as the family grows, the needs start changing, and we have to be able to adjust to those needs. Spouses should be open to reviewing the division of duties as circumstances present themselves.
For instance, say they just had a new baby, and maybe the mom was always responsible for doing certain chores. She just had a baby. She's not going to be able, to do all those other chores.
That's right. And the name of what you're talking about here is flexibility.
Yeah.
And flexibility helps prevent frustration, and it ensures that both parents can adapt to changes in work schedules or other factors that may affect their abilities and their availabilities as well.
Yeah.
When dividing responsibilities, it's crucial to set clear expectations so that each parent understands their role. This minimizes confusion, and it also ensures that tasks don't fall through the cracks. Whether it's deciding who will take the kids to school or who will handle bedtime stories, clear communication keeps things running smoothly.
Absolutely. And shared parenting, or rather in shared parenting, both spouses should be actively involved in their children's lives. It's not just about dividing duties, but also about each parent taking responsibility for promoting emotional, spiritual, and physical growth in the children.
And that word responsibility doesn't mean, oh well, it's someone's responsibility,
So the other
then that
person won't
shuts
do
down.
it.
No,
Absolutely
no.
not. Yeah.
I mean, there's responsibility just means you're in charge of ensuring that it's done.
That it's done.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, who does it? You just make sure that it's done. Now, both parents should be involved in the day-to-day aspects of parenting, and not talking about only regular tasks, but also spending quality time with the children, whether it's helping with their homework, attending school events, or playing together. Active involvement shows children that they are valued by both of their parents. And remember, children learn by watching their parents. And when both parents...
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When both parents are actively engaged in their roles, they model teamwork, responsibility, and the importance of contributing to family life.
That is absolutely spot on. It sets a powerful example for children, teaching them about cooperation. That reminds me of Sesame Street and those days, cooperation. So it teaches them about cooperation. It teaches them about shared responsibilities and mutual respect. Shared parenting in a Christian home involves both parents taking an active role in the spiritual development of their children. This could include praying together, teaching biblical principles, attending church as a family, and guiding the children in their personal relationship with God. Now, the word there was guiding, not herding or pushing. We'll address that I guess, in the future. When both parents are involved, children see a united front in their spiritual upbringing. Every parent brings different strengths and abilities to the table. In a healthy shared parenting model, couples recognize that and then leverage these strengths, complementing each other's roles in raising their children. Remember, we've talked about that already. Having a responsibility doesn't mean you shut down and don't pay attention to the other responsibilities.
Once I just do my own bit, that's it.
Yes, I've done my part. That's it. I don't really care what happens to the other part.
Yeah. Each parent, like we've been stressing, has unique strength and gift. and whether it's being more patient, organized, being creative, or nurturing. Acknowledging and appreciating these strengths allows couples to divide responsibilities in a way that plays to each other's strengths, as we said before. If, let's say, one parent excels in handling school related tasks, while the other one may be effective in managing emotional and spiritual matters, then it stands to reason that the person who is more gifted in handling school related tasks should handle that, and the other one who is more attuned to handling emotional and spiritual matters should see to that. Parenting is not about doing everything equally. We've said that already, but about working together in a complementary way. For example, if one parent is more naturally inclined to provide discipline while the other excels at offering comfort and guidance, they can balance each other out. One person disciplines, but one person spearheads the comforting, but then both of them still should be involved in the
Of course,
comforting.
you've got to be very careful. I'm smiling here so that one parent doesn't end up being the
Yeah, the big
nasty
stick,
one. Yeah, the big sticker,
big stick
yes.
person.
So though you might divide duties that way, one has to handle it properly to ensure that the children are fully aware that
Don't
you're
see
working
that
together as a
the
team.
bad police, one good police and bad police
That's true.
situation.
So that leads to the fact that this approach of complementing each other helps children receive a well-rounded upbringing where both structure and emotional support are present. There will be times when one parent may struggle or feel overwhelmed in shared parenting. It's important to support each other in those kind of situations, whether it's stepping in to take on extra responsibilities or offering emotional encouragement. Supporting each other strengthens the marital bond, and it ensures that parenting, the partnership of parenting, remains strong. In families, both parents may be working, which can make balancing work and parenting a challenge. But shared parenting requires intentional effort to balance these roles so that both parents remain actively engaged in their children's lives.
You're listening to the Marriage Experience program with Ayo Kunle and Bosede Santos.
Now, when both parents are working, it's important to coordinate schedules to ensure that their responsibilities are shared fairly. This could mean creating a family calendar or regularly discussing work commitments to plan who will handle various parenting tasks. Having a clear understanding of each other's availability would help to reduce the risk of a burnout and ensures that neither parent is overwhelmed. Remember, when we talked about work-life balance, this is important that each spouse is looking out for the other. Shared parenting, the emphasis is on the idea of an equal partnership at home, where both of them contribute to household and parenting duties. Even if one parent works outside the home and the other stays home, there should still be an effort to share responsibilities in a way that values each parent's contribution. And this balance would help to create a sense of unity and prevents resentment from building up.
Very, very interesting indeed. Now, even in the post shelter-in-place COVID era, remember, well, most people call it lockdown, and I just found that shelter-in-place. In other words, you're not being forced, but it's actually a good thing to keep out. So during that period, when there was a lot of remote working and especially working from home, it then became the norm, and that has transferred to what we have today, that it's more of the norm rather than the expectation. Exceptions, excuse me. Now, in spite of that, they still need to discuss the distribution of tasks. So no one parent is not nothing that's assumed that, okay, look, I am to do this and then you are to do that, and then I don't get overwhelmed because I may not be able to or be in a position to look after my own side of the sheep. So it is a good time for both parents to keep looking out for each other. For parents who work long hours, it can be challenging to stay actively involved in parenting. However, even small actions like checking in with the children before bed, reading them a story, or spending quality time at weekends can make a significant difference in building a strong parental bond. Shared parenting succeeds when both partners work together as a team. It is that simple. What they do is to back each other up through the challenges and joys of raising children.
Now, it's the children on the long run who benefit when their parents are united. Well, both parents benefit, but children benefit even more. This means that both parents working together on major decisions related to discipline, education, spiritual guidance, and the health of their parents, the children enjoy the benefit of that unity between both parents. And having consistent values and approaches in these areas creates stability for the children, and also reinforces the idea that both parents are equally invested in their well-being. Parenting isn't just about physical tasks, it's emotional, like concerns about the children's well-being, planning activities, and managing school or social schedules. It's important to share this emotional labor so that both parents carry the mental load of parenting. And this balance would help to minimize the likelihood of burnout for either of them, and ensures that each parent receives the help that they need. We know typically, at least those of us who grew up in certain African nations, it's all oftentimes the mother's responsibility to raise the kids. And the mother does get overwhelmed. But when the kids see that both parents share, they are playing one part or the other in raising them up, then they see that there is that unity and that cohesion between both parents, and one is not feeling overwhelmed and feeling like too much load has
And then,
been
of
as
course, leading to burnout.
leading to burnout
Yes.
or resentment.
So, in a caring partnership, both parents encourage and affirm each other's role in parenting, offering praise for the other parent's efforts, showing gratitude for their contributions, and recognizing their strengths. These help to build mutual respect and appreciation. This positive support strengthens the marriage and creates a cooperative parenting dynamic. Children learn about their relationships by observing their parents, and that is true, good or bad. When you see how a child behaves when he's amongst his peers or at school, you can kind of guess what exactly happens at home. When parents share responsibilities and work together as a team, they model healthy partnership dynamics that children can carry into their own relationships. Shared parenting shows children that cooperation and teamwork are essential for family life. When parents share responsibilities and support each other, children learn the value of working together towards a common goal. This lesson extends beyond the home. That's about teaching children how to collaborate and cooperate in school, with their friends, and in future relationships when they grow up.
Yeah, I mean, when parents share their parenting responsibilities, the model respect and equality in their relationship. I mean, these are we are in a world today where there is advocacy for equality in the gender roles, and so it's important that parents demonstrate this at home before their children, and that children see that both parents contribute to family life and that both of them are valued. that each one values the other. And this example is especially important in teaching children, just like I said, about gender roles, showing them that parenting and household duties are shared and not tied to traditional stereotypes, like I mentioned a few moments ago. When parents work together as a team, it creates a sense of security for their children, because they see that their parents are they're united and supportive of one another, which gives them that stable foundation in which to grow and also thrive. It also reinforces the idea that both parents are there to nurture, protect, and also to guide them.
Sharing parenting responsibilities is a vital part of building a healthy, Christ-centered family. It involves intentional communication. It involves recognizing and supporting each other's strengths, and then working together to raise the children in a loving and supportive environment. By sharing the load of parenting duties, couples model unity, cooperation, and mutual respect, laying the foundation for a thriving family life. When both parents are actively involved and support one another, they're not only strengthening their marriage, but also creating a nurturing environment where their children can grow and can flourish in the love of Christ. Before we go, we'd just like to reiterate this thing about being equal parents, or sharing responsibilities, and so on and so forth. Remember, one of the points we stressed was that though you feel that whatever is appropriate at that time is exactly the way you go.
I think the bottom line is just for the parents to be able to demonstrate to the children that cooperation and that united bond or
yeah.
front. That front may seem like
Sound
it's just
like it's
been
a
put up.
pretense, yeah.
But that united or cohesive union between the two of them, that both of them are hands-on where the children are concerned. It's not it's only mommy who does that, or mommy doesn't do any of that, it's daddy who does that. But both of them, like we've stressed enough, that both parents should be in a position where the kids can actually say, yeah, both of them are involved.
Okay, but if that is a very bad cook and
No,
mommy
we're
cooks
not
well,
talking about that. We
then-
already said it, that whoever is stronger in one aspect should
take
I mean,
the
even
yes.
if daddy is a bad cook, there are times when perhaps mommy went away on maybe went away for work, or went away somewhere, is not home, and daddy will just try to do his best. But at least they know that daddy is doing something where their food is regarding their food. And so that'll bring us to the end of today's episode. And as always, we thank you for making room for us to be a part of your marital success story. We call it a marital success story because that is our focus, and that is all we're all striving for, to be successful in our marriages. We still continue to appreciate your feedback at marriageexperience@lidiosantos.com. All our episodes are available on our YouTube channel, and that's at Marriage Experience, always experience without the E. And if you're listening to this on Monday, remember there's a replay on Wednesday, and please do invite other couples to listen. So we wish you a wonderful, wonderful week, and
see you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday. See you on Wednesday when the replay airs. God bless you. Bye for now.
Join Ayo Kunle and Bosade again next week on The Marriage Experience as they bring God's truth to help you build your marriage God's way. Till then, remember, marriage is God's idea, and it is a good thing.
The marriage experience ordained by you.